Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. That's me, along with Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, rounding out the crew as we attempt to navigate the latest boating news and information and just catch up with Mike the Mariner, who is, once again, as you can plainly see on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, and X, for that matter. At first, I thought he was actually in his house. But then I said, where are you at? And then I realized he goes, no, I'm in the salon of his vessel, and it just looks very homey. So you're just kicking back a little bit more today. And I started asking him, like, well, what made you, set up your salon to look so homey? Was that intentional, or is it just a natural progression? He goes, well, the boat's kind of like our second home, so you might as well set it up as so. Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, well, here's the cool thing. This boat was actually, it's almost entirely stock. We haven't made any modifications to the structure or anything like that, but, my wife really loves cool art. So we have some really cool things on the boat that are, from some of our travels, from Croatia. We have a painting and some other stuff. So we put little knickknacks on the boat.
Right.
And
are they all nautical themed or no?
Well,
not necessarily.
Well, kind of. I mean, we have we have Ophelia, which is a glass
octopus sculpture kind of thing. Yeah. That's kind of nautical. Yeah. The Kraken.
Yes, the Kraken. So Ophelia's been with us for quite a long time.
Yeah. And Ophelia is why do you call it Ophelia? Just because you can, or?
Well, just, lots of tentacles.
Because he names everything.
Yes, that's true.
We do. We name everything. And then we've got dolphins on the wall.
Right.
We've got the painting from Croatia. And, and then some artwork that was done by one of Colleen's friends that we have. So it just,
it's a natural progression from land to sea. Cool. It kind of goes. I mean, your house probably has a ton of nautical stuff and knickknacks in it too, I'm guessing. Does it?
Almost none.
Really?
And in fact,
okay.
And in fact, aside from Ophelia and the dolphins, all the other art that we have on the boat is non-nautical. It's even our the bed covers and things like that. We kind of went out of our way not to have boat hooks and nautical.
You didn't want to go overboard, literally.
Well, it's like everybody knows you're on a boat, right?
True.
So, I mean, just make it comfortable and
once again, he's usually broadcasting from the helm, and I see the badge like, oh, he's on his boat today. I thought you were in your home. Because you're in the salon, and it just kind of looks like your typical, suburban living room kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, it's a little too windy to be on the helm because of the, the wind over the microphones and all that stuff. Because it's like a 15 to 18 knot wind right now. It's been really blustery the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm inside, so it's a little quieter.
Okay. Well, Barry the Boater. He has a 17-foot Triumph. It might be harder for him to.
It would be a lot harder for me to put artwork and stuff like that out on the boat. But the IRS says that this is considered a second home, so it is a second home.
Well, he's proven it, by the way.
And as a matter of fact,
doing the interior design.
Yeah. So he can also deduct the interest on if he had a loan on this yacht.
Yeah.
For the
what about your 17-footer? Could you sell it that way too? As a second home?
No,
or maybe like a slightly large doghouse?
If I were to consider the ocean as my head,
okay.
And if I were to consider, MREs or other freeze-dried foods as my meal, but then I would still have to have a prep area.
Yeah.
And of course, a place to sleep. I guess it would be enclosed if I were to put a tent over my head.
Yeah, you got a tent. You got that problem solved with a sleeping bag. As far as the toilet or the head, just get a Home Depot bucket and you're good to go.
Well,
And,
I had one of those.
Oh, I figures.
But you
as
do have a
much.
prep area. That's the fish cleaning station.
Right.
So you just,
See?
Yeah, well, that could be anywhere on the boat, really.
Yeah.
You know.
But when you have a falling out with your better half, you know,
Right.
your
Yeah.
17-foot Triumph doesn't end up being a floating doghouse, so to speak.
I could end up just cutting the lines and letting me and it float all the way to the UK or wherever
Well,
the
that may
Gulf
be
Stream ends.
that may be what she would prefer, but I'm just saying from an accountant or tax preparation standpoint, could you sell that second home with that
No.
theory? Oh.
No. I mean, you could try until you're audited.
It
and then they're gonna
depends.
look at you.
If you
and
had
they're
a
gonna-
sympathetic auditor, like,
No.
oh God, dude, I feel your pain.
They would laugh and then talk to their buddies at lunchtime saying, you wouldn't believe what this guy did. Those are the stories they hear
Oh,
about.
come on.
Yeah.
You don't think that's happened before?
Oh, I'm
Let's
sure
be
it's
honest.
happened. Like people taking, using their dog, taking an exemption for their dog when we
Well,
had
no,
exemptions.
I'm just saying
you
the
know.
boat, whatever excuse you could
And
use.
I know you have home office expenses there.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
have a studio.
Yeah.
how long would it take you to get to England just following the Gulf Stream?
Where does the Gulf Stream actually end? Does it end
Right,
up
right,
in the UK?
Right. Yeah. Right. It runs right into Scotland. Yeah.
So what does it run? About
Ireland.
6 knots?
yeah.
I don't know.
So
How many
several
nautical
months.
miles is that?
All right,
Man,
ask
you're gonna have to plan a lot of
ChatGPT.
pizza deliveries for that.
Right.
Well, they deliver now with those drones. So in theory,
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
why are you asking, Mike? Are you making a escape plan or something? Or
Well, I mean, I'm
well,
just thinking.
Mike's got a floating home. All I got is a little dinghy. Are you kidding?
yeah,
But-
Mike would probably survive. Barry, on the other
No,
hand,
no. I could survive.
You think?
He'd
I just
survive.
got You just bring a
Yeah.
lot of water,
Okay.
and you have
Well-
you have to bring something to catch water
right.
because
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Well, there was a story several years ago about a boat that washed up on shore in, I think it was Ireland. It might have been Scotland, and the boat had barnacles on it, and it was a mess. And
Mhm.
they flipped it over and dug into it, and it was from like North Carolina.
Wow.
Wow.
The boat ended up in England. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's
I
why
mean,
I was asking that.
if you wanted to take the long scenic route in your vessel, just
Yeah.
cut the motors and go at the Gulf Stream. You might have
Yeah.
a nice little vacation in Ireland. You
I'm
think?
getting the distance. I'm
drone
get-
pizza deliveries.
Yeah.
Okay, it's about 4,425 nautical miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see.
So if you're floating in the Gulf Stream, it would take you
4,425.
how long, Barry?
Let me get my calculator.
calculate. That's what ChatGPT is
No,
for.
no. That chat. 4,425 divided by, let's say, 4 nautical miles per hour.
Hmm.
That would be 1,106 hours. Divide that by 24 hours of the day
Yeah.
equals 46 days.
46 days. Hmm.
Well, that's
Okay.
faster than I thought.
Yeah, that's
mean,
not
that's-
terrible.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
almost take a long vacation and get that done.
right.
Well,
if you're
you-
on the
yeah,
boat
you
by
can-
yourself, you wouldn't necessarily go insane in 46 hours. Might come close.
46 days.
Oh, yeah, 46 days.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hours. That would be cool.
yeah.
No. So
It's
I
a
mean-
sabbatical, not a vacation.
Yeah, I mean,
you
you'd
would
still be
obviously-
talking to like a volleyball with a face painted on it.
I'll bring one with
possibly
me.
to keep your
And
sanity.
I'd have to put a tarp. I get a Harbor Freight tarp to put over it because the sun's going to bake you. But it can also you could use it to collect rainwater because
Yeah.
how many bottles of water can you take? If you
Right.
have how many bottles would you need per day? 2
Uh,
bottles.
Sure.
Let's say 3
Oh.
bottles a day. So you
Okay.
need 4, 8, at least 120 bottles of water.
Mhm.
You
And
got to
then
get a bigger
you're gonna-
boat.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you do. What about storms and stuff? You want to be
120
in?
yeah.
I mean, you're not talking about dealing with
My
any
boat's
potential
not
storm.
going to sink. You could fill it with water; it won't sink.
Well, that's true. I guess
It's
there's that.
buoyant. The material it's made out of is buoyant.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, I say we just
We're going to do an experiment, right?
yeah, let's just send Barry out there in the Gulf Stream, cut the
And see what happens.
the
to him.
power. and let him float off into the abyss. See if he shows up.
I got
about
out my
50
second
days later
surgery
in
next week.
Ireland.
No, it
Yeah.
has to wait another week.
46 days, I'm going to book my flights
If
now.
you
There
make
you
it,
go.
I'll buy you a bottle of scotch
Oh, thank
in
you.
Ireland. It'd be the cheap stuff.
Irish whiskey.
Irish whiskey. That's what I meant. Yeah, but the cheap stuff, regardless. More coming up. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
What is your problem? We had something. I felt it. I felt it on the bow, I felt it on the stern, then a few more times on the bow, then the stern again. Then you flipped me over onto my starboard side. I even tried aft for the first time. I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner rounding out the crew. Okay, so we got a plan for our second home. When it comes to Barry and a 17-foot Triumph, he can just putts out there to the Gulf Stream, cut the motors. We actually, you ought to just dump the motor, like donate it off, and just because you don't want to fall back.
No, when you get all the way over to the other end, you have to have power to be able to get into a dock and say, "Hello, I'm American. Don't shoot me."
But you'd be so tempted. Yeah, I think you have to go without a net, kind of thing, if you're going to do an experiment like that.
In that case, you're going to be the guinea pig, not
Wrong.
me. Yeah. Let's see. I figured 184 bottles of water. Probably about 60 MREs.
Yeah.
We don't need any toilet paper because we're in the ocean.
Okay, that's more information than I needed.
Okay.
I don't know about you, Mike, but
well, you know, if you think about it,
he's a planner. He's a planner.
Yeah.
Yeah. He thinks through these things.
Obviously.
I mean, and then a lot of sunscreen.
Really in depth.
A lot of
sunscreen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Because I don't want to do any more skin cancer stuff.
Well, this is the North Atlantic, so you're probably going to need like a jacket.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
it'd be cold. It gets cold, right?
Yeah. This is not the Bahamas,
Florida.
man.
This is not like a nice Caribbean cruise.
The longer you go, the colder it gets. That's how that works when you go.
Well,
north.
I could wear my wetsuit.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that'd keep you warm.
And it also block the sunlight.
Okay. Well, see, you got a plan, Barry. What are you waiting for? Hop in that boat and go. Good Lord, let's go.
I need a satellite phone, and I also need solar panels because I had to keep my lights running at night, so some big old ship doesn't run me over.
Well, there's that, I guess.
Or get an AIS transmitter.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have one of those if you're in the Bahamas.
Right. But I mean, it wouldn't be truly impressive unless you went without a safety net from the standpoint of like you have no motor Like you
Mike,
literally
do you think
take it
he's
away.
really trying to kill me?
No, it's not about killing you. It's trying to just give you. Could you be too tempted when things got a little tough? Like screw it, I'll just turn the motor on and go.
1,000 miles out to sea, and I'm going to start my engine and turn around and come back when I only have about 80 miles of fuel.
Well, you might be getting into a tight jam, and you might be tempted, like, I'm going to bail. You want to take that option
Bail
away.
to where? There's no uncharted island. This
Well,
is not
I mean,
Gilligan's Island.
If you start getting blown off course or something you don't like, and
what have you ever looked at a chart?
He should write books. Like
yes,
like,
I know he's
novels or whatever.
Yeah,
right. I've
have
thought
you
this
looked at
through.
a chart between here and there? There is nothing. It's just ocean. There's no volcanoes. There's no secret base. There's no.
You do pass over the
aliens.
Titanic on the way there. I mean,
well, yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to become one of their artifacts.
Well, you said your boat can't sink, so
no,
you're
the boat
good.
can't sink, but I can.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you want to make it truly exciting, you got to go without a fallback position. Like, hey, failure is not an option.
Making it truly excited would be bringing you with me.
No, God,
and
no.
Not sharing my MREs with you.
Yeah, 46 days with me and Barry on a 17-foot boat.
Yeah, I got a whole list of knock-knock jokes I can use.
Welcome to hell. Okay, so
you're gonna need a lot of bourbon.
That's right.
Okay, well, I don't know how we kind of got off on that tangent, but
I don't know. But
we were talking about second homes. You're the one that brought up.
Oh,
surprise.
right. Well, how yours is not one.
No, it is.
I think we've established that.
Now, Mike the Mariner could do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's made his vessel.
Well, you know, ironically, your boat
really
is
nice.
more likely to make it all the way than mine. I mean, yours can't sink. Mine definitely can.
Yeah, but you would sink in style, maybe.
Yes, yes. Look very, very good as the boat settles into the briny deep. Right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't make some kind of automated inflatable airbags around the sides of the boat.
Hey,
like
man.
around the gunnels, you know, for
Start
emergency. You hit a thing and it just fills these giant tubes all the way around.
Right.
Yeah.
They could be hidden inside the rub rails of your boat.
Well, okay, here's the two scenarios. Would you rather have an unsinkable boat like Barry in a 17-footer, or would you rather have your little cruiser thing with a shot or chance that, hey, things could go south and the boat could sink easier? I'm saying
why would it sink?
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, in that scenario, I think I'd still go. I'd roll the
With the
dice with
unsinkable
Mike's.
boat.
No, I wouldn't.
You'll still go with Mike's?
Hell yeah!
Only
I
because
mean,
he likes his comfort.
If I'm going to go down, I want to go down in style. I don't.
There's no vanilla lattes on that yacht.
Well, there you. What are you kidding me? He probably has a.
Well, it depends on where
coffee
you
maker.
are. Like if you're in like Lake Monroe, which is part of the St. Johns River, which is where I keep the boat. Parts of that lake are like, only about 6 feet deep. So if you sink the boat, you just grab yourself a beer and go to the helm station, which is at the top of the boat.
Right. But if you
you'll
wanted
never
to
get
do
wet.
that float in the Gulf Stream that we were illustrating, I still think I'd rather roll the
2,000
dice
bucks.
with Mike on his boat than I would on an unsinkable boat that's only 17
you have
foot.
no guts, no glory.
I'd probably take the unsinkable boat.
Would you really? Wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, because
this boat is not a North Atlantic. This boat was not built to do the North Atlantic trek, right? So,
well, I get it, but if you're just floating with the Gulf Stream and going with the current, and you're just like floating aimlessly
through the North
lifeboats
Atlantic, big
right.
waves, wind, all that.
What about, the lifeboats that were used in the ships, 50, 60 years, the Titanic,
or the Vikings. What about
lifeboats,
them?
the Vikings, they came out in their little wooden ships.
They did it.
Yeah. They didn't have anything.
Yeah, but they were big and, manly, not kind of girly and out of shape.
You mean like, okay. No, not out of shape.
Well, but they also built their... Well, this goes back to how you design boats for the purpose, right? And that's why the Vikings were so amazing in their vessel design. If you look at the way the hulls were made, they were made to manage big waves.
True.
Go up and
Big
down the
V-hull
waves without
kind of looking things, yeah.
right, with a sharp entry and a really tall stem.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, a very tall stem. So you'd penetrate the waves, but not take on water, right? And That's the cool thing about boat design these days. It's just when you like we're going to the boat show here in a couple of weeks, and when you look at the new boat designs out there, it's really cool to see what they're doing with hull shapes based on what the boat's used for, whether it's high speed in a bay or blue water, heavy sea kind of a boat. It's really cool just to see how those boats are.
Well, true, but the trade-off would be, once again, coffee maker, comfort, go down with the ship. At least you'd be comfortable. You know what I mean?
Well,
I still would go that
He's
route.
assuming he's going to sink.
Well, no, I'm hoping I wouldn't.
As the boat goes down.
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
At least I got my last vanilla latte before I.
The Keurig works. The Keurig's good. Everything.
I could use my solar heater and heat up some instant coffee, and I'm fine.
And how he does that by just taking a bag of water, sticking it under his armpit, and kind of holding it there with body.
Never thought of that one.
Yeah, that's really weird. Okay, more coming up on the world of boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I'm really excited to check out these beautiful waters with you in a really cool way.
All right.
See that boat over there?
Yeah.
I think we're going to sail on it today.
Oh, my God, yes.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. That's me, along with Barry the boater. Mike the mariner has walked the plank. He's had enough of your nonsense, Barry. And he decided, no, I'm not going to deal with him anymore. I'm done. I'm out.
No, he isn't. He cut the lines. He's going to float over to the UK.
Oh, is that what it is? Well,
yeah.
We'll pick him up in Ireland in about 50 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that unfolds.
Actually, I didn't ask him how far his boat would travel on a full tank of gas.
Well, he wouldn't. You just go in the Gulf Stream and let let that
do all the work. Yeah.
Yeah. You said 46 days.
Yeah. If you're not in a rush, why bother?
Enjoy the scenery. Take the scenic route. Which that would be kind of it, I guess.
Well, there's not much to see.
Well, I mean, all the beautiful water, sunsets.
We're going to look east. Let's see. There's water. West, there's water. North, more water. South.
That's a pretty good view, though.
We're surrounded by water.
I mean, I could think of a worse place to be.
If you go to the boat show, there's more than just looking at boats.
Are you talking about the ladies?
Well, you have to be polite.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of things you can do at the boat show besides looking at the ladies. They have seminars and fishing clinics.
Right.
For example, on October 30th. Wednesday, the show actually starts on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. That's more of a VIP day. I mean, if you want to go there on Wednesday, you can.
Press
Tickets
day.
Are a little bit, press day. It's a little
slower.
bit more expensive.
Wednesday, Thursday. I think Thursday, that might be Prime Day where they roll out the red carpet for the muckety mucks. But Wednesday, opening day.
What?
I think that's what it is. Isn't Thursday
No. Wednesday's the muckety muck day.
Is it? Okay. Well, then they combine that with
starts
press
a little
day.
bit late. Yeah.
All right.
It because that's what the people that don't have to do anything that day, they go there because ticket prices are a little bit higher. It
All right.
tends to filter out people that want to save that extra money for their beer and dogs later.
I don't think they worry about that. if
That
they got the time to
well,
go to
then
the
they're
boat show
missing
during
out
the week.
because well cooked hot dogs and beer is really good.
Well, they got a bunch of options.
Okay. Yes, I
Yeah.
know.
But
They have
but
plenty to do.
regardless, when press day is the first day, and they've been
Right.
hitting us up with all kinds of press releases this year. I don't know if it's more
Yeah,
than normal, but maybe it could be. I mean, we
I'm
always get
getting,
a rush of activity asking us if hey, would the World Boating Crew like to come to this event, that event, blah blah. We're going to debut a new boat. We're going to talk about this new destination where boaters can
Right.
go, that kind of thing. So we are getting hit up quite a bit this year. I'm not sure it's more than normal. It might be. I mean, but you usually do see this rush of activity, and in general terms, I'd say that's a good sign as opposed to the alternative where everybody is, shrinking and not wanting to promote anything and trying to just survive. I don't think I'm picking up that vibe. I mean, people
No,
are,
I think
and we have talked about this the last few weeks that, the industry in general, especially when it comes to manufacturing and boat sales have been kind of flat and or slightly down. But the basic reason is the uncertainty of seeing where all the tariffs are going to land and how this is going to stabilize, and new administration, new approach, and all this is, putting up a lot of question marks for, dealers delivering new vessels and how the manufacturers are going to deal with it and their product lines and
ultimately the
spitting out new
consumer
product.
the consumer has to feel happy and want to go out and participate in boating activities. So if the consumer wants to do it, then everything else kind of follows along.
Right.
But-
But we're still a little bit in the lull between figuring out how all this stuff is going to pan out. Now, hopefully that's going to end soon, or it's going to, as time goes on, things are going to stabilize and are going to figure out, okay, here's the tariff, policy with this country and how it's going to affect, boat manufacturing and all this stuff will work its way out, and then they'll have this playing field, and the manufacturers can do what they can do to make it available. But we are seeing strong impacts. I mean, as far as how people feel, it's still pretty positive. I mean, the overall in general, things are pretty strong from what we've seen as far as boat shows and stuff, and that have happened already.
The last couple of boat shows I saw up north had really good attendance, and
that's a good sign. That's a great sign.
Last year at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, or FLIBS, $1.79 billion in economic impact just in the area.
Right.
Between just people attending and going to hotels and restaurants and, buying yachts and boats and, little 17-footers that can float all the way to the UK.
Yeah.
100,000 plus boat show attendees. There were 1,000 exhibitors.
Yes.
I can't speak. And over 1,300 boats on display. If these numbers go up for this year, then it shows, yes, there's an increased demand for people to get into boating.
Right.
I mean, it's really not a large percentage of people that get into boating. There was a boost during COVID because people wanted to get out of the house.
Right.
But the core market, the core people that just love to be out in the water and love, the experiences of either being in nice total solitude or just relaxing by the beach or something like that. It's great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since COVID, we almost had like the bandwagon jumpers get into boating. We've seen a flattening of that segment since things have opened back up, and people that may have gotten into boating during COVID because that was one of the only activities they could do may have found this isn't really our thing, and have filtered out, and that whole demand thing is kind of flattened out for sure. But you still got your hardcore boaters and overall optimism still seems to be pretty good. So
And a
I don't
lot
know.
of used
We'll
boats are
see.
out there.
Yes, used boat
A
market.
lot of used boats with no
Yep.
hours or so few hours. So getting back to the boat show, it's not just looking at yachts or eating, all the different food that they have, or
Well, it's
drinking
all
all
of
the wine
that.
and beer.
Yeah.
It's more though. They have seminars. So starting, for example, on the 30th, Thursday, October 30th, they have seminars about the Hillsborough Lighthouse, which is something I've always wanted to visit. And one of our boats that we know, a diving boat, would take people out. I think he did a once a month tour of the lighthouse. He would take that was Jeff's boat,
Right.
the dive
Little-
boats there.
Yeah, you get to do a little tour of that little.
You do a tour of that lighthouse.
Yeah,
Okay, but
that's probably an
there's
option.
going to be a speaker about that. There's going to be a women on the water fishing 101. For women that want to get into fishing, there are a lot of women out there that fish better than anyone that I know.
Yeah.
And more are getting into it. Boating to the Bahamas, we've been talking about that, all the new rules and regulations for boating.
Right.
So that's definitely something you should look into.
Well,
Not you
they're going to have a
particularly,
huge.
but a lot of the listeners.
Yeah, and they have a huge presence at the boat show, like 2 or 3
Absolutely.
booths inside. I think Tent 1 that they're at Fort Lauderdale Boat Show. They've been there for years. I
And
do
it's the
think it's going to be really busy this year with all the changes the Bahamas have done over the
They're gonna
last
be- yeah.
year. They're going to be pretty busy answering a lot of questions. But if you have any about the new fees and things like that, this is a great opportunity to go out there and get some clarity with all
Yeah.
the representatives that'll be there from
They'll
the
be there
Bahamas.
answering you face to face. And think
Yep.
about it. It is the closest country, 45 miles to Bimini. You're in another country.
Yeah. That sounds like a much better trek than trying to drift all the way to Ireland, Barry.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Less
So,
water needed.
plan accordingly. All right, more coming up on the world of boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Ryan, we've got to get on that ship. Attention passengers. The karaoke contest will begin in 5 minutes.
Okay, now we've really got to get on that ship.
Look at me, I'm ship-faced. I'm a nautical disgrace. Round these yachties, I'm out of place. I'm ship-faced.
This is the World of Boating. Gregor First Mate, Barry the Boater. You can get ship-faced at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. A lot of people do that at that event. It kind of goes hand in hand. When you're not behind the wheel of the helm of a boat, might as well kick back, have a cocktail, look at some cool boats. How big is the
Absolutely.
biggest boat you think going to be on display? The queen of the show at the
I was
Fort
looking for
Lauderdale
that. Did you
International.
find it?
Yeah, it looks like right
You
now.
found it?
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Okay.
The queen of the show for a boat show is usually the largest boat on display. Right now, it appears to be a 242 foot
Oh my
by
God.
41 foot boat called the Casino Royale. At least
Holy-
that's what is listed on their website. That's a big ass boat.
That's that is the draft. Not the draft. The beam of that is larger than Mike's boat.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
That tells you how big it is. If you want to splurge a little bit, you can get what they call Windward VIP tickets.
Right.
They're valid any one show day. It includes the perks include gourmet food and premium open bar, exclusive activities and experiences, private restrooms at both locations.
That's a plus.
Yes, I know how you like your private restroom.
Yeah.
1 hour early access through the SYV entrance and complimentary self-parking at the Super Yacht Village. which they have two things now: 2 Windward VIP destinations, 1 unforgettable FLIBS experience.
Yeah.
You can start your day at the Super Yacht Village and continue the journey to the Hall of Fame Marina, all with exclusive perks of the Windward VIP.
How much is that going for these days? I didn't know they did that more than one day. That sounds like a
Apparently,
relatively
yes,
new
they
plan.
do.
Yeah.
Let me see. I could try clicking the buy tickets.
They used to do that just on one day. Maybe they've opened it up a little bit like this.
Yeah, because I mean, not everyone can make it on one particular day.
Right.
Let's see.
It's usually not cheap though. I mean, just parking for the event is a little
is $20 at the
Right.
convention center.
Yeah.
Okay, so $70.
What, a $70 upgrade to get that
No,
experience?
adult 1 day Wednesday preview ticket is $70.
Right.
And then the 2-day adult day preview and general admission is $100.
Okay.
And then the adult 2-day general admission ticket is $77.
Okay, but where's
where's
the price
VIP
of the
thing?
Yeah, that Windward
I'm trying
thing.
to find that.
Yeah,
Child.
no, so they still do the
Don't-
Wednesday
here it is.
thing.
Here it
It's
is.
a little
Yeah.
pricey, right?
Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was too lit. Adult 1 day Windward VIP ticket, valid Wednesday through Sunday.
Yeah.
Oy, $439.
Right, exactly.
Okay, that's why they have the open bar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
I was going to
course.
say $70 for an open bar. Go for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to go and make it a thing,
Yeah.
I mean, you get, preferred.
Preferred everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can skip the lines, that kind of stuff. I mean, it can
Yeah.
get really busy. I mean, during the week, like Wednesday and Thursday especially, are great days to go if you can go. Those are always way better than Friday,
Oh, the
Saturday,
weekends?
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
I mean, Friday people are still working.
Right.
But
and it's
some
still
will make it
busy.
into a long weekend. Yeah.
It's still busy during those days, but not nearly as bad as it is, Saturday, Sunday for sure. So if you're going with a mission to see a boat or want to really talk to a vendor and get time, ideally, if there's any way you can go Wednesday, Thursday, that's always you're
Right.
going to have much better chance of
Or-
making that happen. Or you get that Wednesday preview thing that's like double the cost. Because it's just like a day pass on Saturdays, what, about $25-$30? Is that what for one day?
An adult 1 day general admission ticket valid Thursday through Sunday is $46.
Okay, so it's 50.
Okay.
It's
So yeah,
50-ish. All right.
$50. Parking at the convention center is $20 for all day.
Right.
There are other places where you can park and ride.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale's done a really good job with that. They have over 3,000 spaces at the Broward Convention Center. And what you can do is they have these water taxis that can take you from the Broward Convention Center to the other sections of the boat show.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of ways to make it work.
You
But
can
if
make it a vacation, stay at the hotel.
Well, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can find those $20 a day parking options, sure. But if you just kind of go in there and wing it, you can easily pull into a place and they're going to say, oh, it's $50 a day. What?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
You really have to. If you go onto any private property that looks like it's owned by a restaurant or something, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to get
And you don't want
but-
anyone that's, standing by the street, say, park here, and then they collect cash and then they disappear.
Yeah,
and
you
and the
probably.
tow trucks come later on and they, take your vehicle
Yeah,
away.
but
so.
I'm just, it could get pricey if you want to get like right there by the entrance at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show. But if you,
No, again, they set it up pretty good.
well, they do. But I'm saying, I mean, they got parking in the convention center and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
if you went down US 1 there or A1A and try to
There is
park
also-
along
yeah.
the street, that's where you're going to get whacked with. Like, oh,
Well,
well,
yeah.
you can park here, but it's going to be $40-$50 a day. I'm like, what? No,
But
thank you.
certain there is park and ride places.
Yeah.
that
Oh,
the-
there's
the boat show
absolutely.
sets up.
Right. Of course
And
there is.
I'm trying to find it, and,
And
of
it's
course,
all
now
over
I
their
can't find
website.
it.
No, it's on
Yeah.
their website. They got
Yeah, go
parking.
to their website, Flibs.
Yeah.
I think it's flibs.com, FLIBS.com.
Yeah. But that Wednesday upgrade for preview day, there's less people there. Of course,
Yes.
you're going to pay what, $30 more? It sounds like about.
But it starts a few hours later.
Yeah, but
I
still,
think it
you're
starts at
you-
11 instead of 9 or something
right.
like
But
that.
you still are going to have more one-on-one potential time because
Oh,
it's a little
absolutely.
slower. So
and everyone's, they're fresh and they're ready and
Yeah.
excited and,
and
ready to
it
talk
depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're going with a mission like you want to see a particular type of boat and you're really thinking about buying something, that's the day to go. If you're just going just to kind of get an overall vibe and people watch and just hang out with your fellow sailors and stink potters and stuff like that, well, just go on Friday or Saturday. It's a party.
You could do that
big
too.
time. Yeah.
But remember, this is also Halloween weekend.
Yes.
So if you want the freshest candy, you got to be there on Wednesday.
Incorrect.
Yeah. No, you got to be on Wednesday. I know the bowls are out on Wednesday.
Well, yeah, but Halloween is not till it's Friday.
Friday,
week, isn't it?
yeah.
So you mean it would be better? It would be better after Halloween, wouldn't it?
No,
Because they get all the bonus candy on Saturday.
You clean it out. No, the only thing left are Skittles.
Okay, spoken like a guy who's really worked the system this way.
Carry a backpack and load up.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, the timing could be pretty good for the Weekend Warriors.
Yes, it
at the
can.
boat show this year. But that 242-foot boat, the Casino Royale, which probably will be the queen of the show. They're not going to let you on it.
No, now, if we get an invitation to that one, will you go?
Well, we might be able to con our way into it as press.
Yeah.
If they don't know who we are.
I got my brand new World of Boating.
Don't do it. Don't wear it.
No, don't wear it.
No.
Seriously?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. If they know, that's
I gotta
the problem.
wear my red cap then.
That's the problem with doing this show for so long, Barry. We have a reputation.
We have a reputation.
And it's usually not the one that will get us on those boats anymore. But you never know. It depends on how busy they are and how friendly they feel. Like if you hit the crew up at the right time and they're kind of slow, they might allow us as press.
Wear crappy shoes so that no one steals them.
Yes. Well, that's easy because all of mine are
I know.
crappy.
Right.
And I think you fall in that category as well, right?
Yep.
If anything, they're watching us to make sure we don't steal other people's fancy duds for their foots. Okay, anyway, wrap it up with that nonsense. You can plan accordingly. Till next time, remember, whether it is sail or motor,
life is better as a boater.
Safe boating, everyone.
Barnacle-bitten swab. World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.